What's up, metalheads? In this episode of Metal Swap Talk, we have Swap Meet news. Lots of updates for our Metal Swap Meet coming up in October. We also listen to the new Necrochamber album, Ceremonies for the Dead. We interview our good friend Nocturnal Overlord about the new album, and we have a lot of upcoming metal shows coming to the region, so stick around, check it out.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and tuning in with us. You can now find Metal Swap Talk on Apple iTunes, SoundCloud, Facebook, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. So you can pretty much find us everywhere.
Cool.
And
can't avoid us.
We have some news for about the Metal Swap Meet, right?
We do. We got some good news. A lot of cool stuff coming up with the Metal Swap Meet that we're adding on as time goes by. Peter Best will be at the Metal Swap Meet signing his new book, Defenders of the Faith. You might remember him from True Norwegian Black Metal, the photo album of Norwegian black metal bands. We're really excited to have him back. This time around, he's got Defenders of the Faith. It's a book with pictures of battle vests from festivals all over the world. He was at the Wacken Open Air. He's been to tons of festivals in Europe, South America, and we had the luck of having him at one of our Metal Swap Meets, also taking pictures of battle vests from all of our attendees. So you might see one of your vests in there. So we're really stoked to have him back. He's going to have both of those to sign, and we'll be talking to fans, so we're stoked to have him back. Also, DJ Caton, our good friend from Hyrax, will be hanging out with us again. He will be taking us to the old school thrash and kind of hanging out and being the MC and DJing. He's always a treat to have him here, man.
Mm-hmm. I was a fun guy.
Yeah, he's a big supporter of metal. He's a down to earth kind of dude. I think he's in Norway this week, doing a gig out there, which is pretty awesome, and he's gonna be hanging out with us on October 19th. We're very, very stoked about that. Also, we want to welcome our friends from Dark Muscle Apparel, who are our first official sponsor for the Metal Swap Meet 2019. So welcome those folks aboard. Please feel free to check them out on Facebook and also on the web. Exercise apparel, right?
Yeah, it's like a casual and exercise gym apparel that you can wear to the gym or to a show.
Great. So we want to welcome those folks along. A big shout out for those guys, and you'll see them at the Metal Swap Meet. They'll have a booth there. Please feel free to check them out, stop by, say hi, and buy something. Mm-hmm. Come on.
Also, if you want to sponsor the Metal Swap Meet, feel free to get in contact with us. We try to give you shout outs, and we really appreciate your help.
Definitely hit us up on Facebook or also at metalswapmeet.com. We have different packages for all kinds of budgets. Sponsor the swap, sponsor local metal, and you'll get a lot of cool treats.
How many attendees you guys get the last couple times?
Good question.
I don't know.
It must have been close to 1,000, I think, this last time. It varies. I think a few years ago we had close to 1,600, something like that. So it fluctuates. The cool thing is that this year also for vendors, our vendors are the number of vendors that we're taking on is going up. So it's gonna mean a lot of different choices for all of our attendees. So it's gonna be really, really fun about that. Our past vendors, if you've been a vendor to the Metal Swap Meet before, we have reached out to you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and we sent you an email, and the chance to buy in for vendors is closed right now, but it will be, in the next couple weeks to a month, we'll release the remaining ones to the public.
Mm-hmm. So it should be a great time. We have a little more space to work with this time around. We're still working on the band situation. That's always a bit of a challenge here in San Diego, but we are working on it, and we will have news about that fairly soon, I hope. Mm-hmm. Crossing my fingers, man. Yep. I really, really want to be sure that we can have a band again and get some moshing going again at the Metal Swap Meet. I kind of missed that. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it'll be cool. Yep.
We're gonna listen to Necrochamber. This is our lyric video for Lord of the Deceased.
All right. played all his keyboards, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did all the keyboards and everything but the drums, actually.
Kind of need a fog machine in here.
Gives me a little bit of a King Diamond sort of vibe.
Yeah, we had the artwork done by Joe Patagno. He's done a lot of artwork for band, from most of the Motorhead cover and artworks, and did some stuff for Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd, and Incantation, and Crisian, Martyr.
That's awesome, man.
Whoa. Pretty crazy riffing. Production's pretty stellar sounding. Give us a little break here. Tell us a little about the recording and production of this, Vince.
Well, I've had my own studio for a while, and we started recording this band with the drums and the scratch guitars and some click tracks, and actually recorded all the drums at our drummer's garage, and we took my studio over there and recorded it. And from there, all the drums were recorded in one take, actually, and we're no punch-ins on that. We kind of kept it raw and kind of give it that old feel to it. And from there, I started recording all the guitars and the bass and stuff, and it took a while. And we lost the track, so our computer broke down and the hard drive crashed, and
Shit.
eventually our good friend Todd helped out and got the songs and tracks back for us, and we were able to continue on, and ended up sending the mix over to Dan Swano in Unisound A.B. He was in Germany now, and he helped us out a lot and was very patient and helpful and worked his magic, and couldn't be happier.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I think kind of jumps at you right when you hear, especially that first track, it's kind of a kick in the face as soon as it kicks off. It's the sound production on this, which is really good. And you said it was mixed and mastered by Dan Swano, which is really cool that you had that done. I think it's an attest to the kind of quality you wanted on this, and it sounds really good so far. I mean, it's really good. Can you tell us when the album came out?
Yeah, it was just released on February 22nd of this year, 2019. We self-released it on my own label, Mythos Occultus. It's out on a limited Digipack CD. We released a couple tapes, 2 different versions of the limited tapes, and you can also find the digital version everywhere. Bandcamp, Amazon Music, iTunes, Google Music, and everywhere else. So.
Cool, man. I'm a nerd for Digipack edition, so I really enjoyed the layout, the way they put it out. I mean, it's really cool. So definitely pick it up. Yeah, let's hear the rest of it, huh?
Uh-huh. can't believe that's you singing.
Right?
Yeah, I don't talk much.
No, it's wow, it's crazy. Yeah.
You should have conversations in that voice.
My name is Vance.
Those drum fills sound pretty sweet. Pretty clean.
Yeah, we're very happy with the drum sound and how they turned out. And still, especially turned out really, really clean, like you said.
You said you recorded these yourself, right?
Yeah, I recorded all the drums. My studio. Recorded everything at my studio, actually.
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, you should have conversations in that voice. Just like, get me up here.
So that was Lord of the Deceased from the new Necrochamber album, which is really cool. It's called, what is it called? Jesus, I keep forgetting. Ceremonies for the Dead.
Yeah.
Ceremony for the Dead. It's already out. Quick question for you. Is there a theme to this album? Was there a theme that you wanted to follow when you first wrote this?
No, not in particular. It's just we're trying not to be particularly a satanic band or a political band or anything like that, or relate to any specific groups or organizations. I think to us, Necrochamber is more like your own personal hell or nightmares or depression or insanity, and more going on than just names or demons and stuff like that.
Okay. Good. I was really impressed with the artwork. You mentioned that Joe Patagno was the guy who did the artwork on the album, which a lot of you might know from the Motorhead covers. And how did you end up working with him, and how did that all come about?
Oh, we had a cover designed before, but after deciding to mix the music with Dan Swano, we wanted to do something special with the album cover as well. So we started to think about who to ask and who was available, and Joe Patagno was on the top of our list, and contacted him, and he wrote back right away and was really into the idea we had and the band name and the album title name. And from there we sent him some lyrics, and he was really excited about it and wrote back with a whole like paragraph or two full of ideas. And we said, oh yeah, you're the guy, you're hired. And we pretty much let him have at it and sent him some lyrics to a couple songs and gave him a couple ideas, but let him do whatever he kind of wanted to do.
Oh,
which
okay.
I think turned out great. We're very happy with it, and a lot going on. It's all a real painting. It's not digital, so it's real old school, and you find all kinds of little things going on in there. It's cool.
No, it looks great, and it's kind of cool that you kind of let him just work his magic and kind of come up with a concept himself, which sometimes bands don't like to do that, but
Yeah.
it's kind of refreshing to see somebody who just kind of lets the artist go ahead and express themselves, and based on the lyrics, it's a really, really cool concept. I dig it.
Yeah, he was really stoked about the lyrics and the vision and just the ideas we had, and he took it further into his own realm. Of course, we were going to tell him not to do it, because don't tell an artist not to do something, if you want to do what they see and what they envision. And even he gave us a sketch after he was done, before he added any color to the painting, and he asked us what kind of colors we wanted. And we told him to go with whatever he felt, and he had mentioned some stuff, and was like, hey man, just do what you feel is good and what you think and what you see, and couldn't be happier.
Cool. All right. It turned out really good.
Yeah, I think it did. what is your favorite track off the album?
That's hard to say. I've started, I think the oldest song is from 1998. The newest songs maybe from 2009 or so. It's varied. I can't really pick a favorite. Some of the fan favorites so far are Black Wings and Demon's Blood and Flesh Ripper and Lord of the Deceased. So far I've got a good response for a couple different ones. The title track some people have mentioned too, and even the one kind of more, we call it our radio song, the Lunar Hallucinations, kind of our slowest song and a little bit more catchy. Some people say they like that one live too.
So this project has been ongoing for a fairly long time, right? When did you begin with working with Necrochamber?
Well, I started this one in 1998. I was playing in another band at the time that I was writing for, and it kind of came to a halt, and I needed to still be creative and write some new stuff. So I started this band with the idea to have a kind of old school black metal influence, kind of more traditional band, more straightforward, and just have fun with it, and something from America that could be good and can be remembered and memorable and could be maybe just as good as a European bands or Scandinavian bands or whatever. And from there I'd line up kind of dissipate. I tried to get a lineup at that point in the early days and didn't really work out, and I kind of just stopped the project then. And years later I started making some new songs and knew I wanted to make a band out of it, and started looking for a drummer and got Wotan Tyson on drums, and ever since then he's been in the band and we've been writing lots of songs and going from there.
Well, it sounds really good.
It does. And this was completely 100% DIY, completely self-financed.
Yeah.
For being an album that is completely 100% financed, the end product turned out really well, and I think it's a testament to the hard work that you've been putting into this, from the actual CD production, to the sound, to the people that you got involved as far as the artwork and the mixing and mastering. I think it kind of shows off that the dedication that it takes to put an album out like this. So for those of you who are out there who like what you hear, definitely check out Necrochamber, because hey, support the underground, support the local stuff. And it's not even just about that, it's about supporting really good music and something that comes from the heart, and that is truly 100% underground.
Yeah. I don't know if we should give it a rating.
I don't know about that, man. Vince is too close to us. He might chop us up if we
give it maybe a 2.5.
2.5. 2.5 out of 5. You know what? I think the effort talks for itself. So definitely check it out. It's Necrochamber. Find them on Facebook. Mythos Occultus is the label.
Yep.
So you can always pick it up there. Where is it available, by the way?
You can find us on order from Bandcamp. You can go to the Necrochamber page, necrochamber.com. Look up Necrochamber on Bandcamp, like I said. If you want it digitally, it's on all the streaming sites. If you want to buy it digitally, you can buy it on Amazon or Google or whatever too. And that's about it for now.
Cool. Well, any live performances? I think there's one coming up, right?
Yeah, we're playing July 20th at the Tecate Metal Fest with Crucimentum and Mortuary, Infernal Conjuration, Temblad, and Gene Stealer, also from San Diego, and a bunch of other bands from Mexicali and Tecate and Tijuana and stuff. So should be good.
Cool. So if you're in the region, check out the Tecate Summer Metal Fest. Necrochamber is going to be out there, lopping off some heads. Check it out.
Yep.
We wanted to listen to a little bit more metal, so we picked an album that's recently come out. The Heretics from Rotting Christ, out, I think it came out in February as well, on Season of Mist Records. And we're going to listen to one of the songs from the Heretics album, and I believe it's called Evil Winds. And let's check it out, see what it sounds like, give you guys a taste of it. I've really enjoyed the album since it's come out, and we'll see what you think. See what these guys think, more importantly.
Hate it already.
Did they record this one in Greece again?
They did. Wow.
That's got good production.
Okay, wow. I wasn't expecting the female lyrics. And I believe the singer who does this, Irina Zibina, I believe. I'm not sure what band she's in, but they sound really well. I think it fits with the song, and it's a wall of noise. It's really cool. I like the layering so far. What do you think?
I like it. Changing a lot. It's clear production. The vocals are really well spoken. It seems like I could understand what they're saying, which wasn't always the case with them. Yeah. So far, I like it.
What do you think, Vince?
Yeah, I like the production. It's got some cool riffs, kind of dark. Not as maybe not as maybe slow as some of that older stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the things I think we've noticed, at least in my part that I've noticed from Rotten Christ, the last couple of albums, has been the utilization of the chanting kind of lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the Gregorian kind of chanting that they've been including, a lot of the old school, type of singing from churches and stuff like that, which it gives it a bit of an eerie feeling, but at the same time it gives it an old timey kind of eclectic type of sound, which I tend to
Almost
enjoy.
Gothic like or something.
Yeah, exactly right. It's bordering on Gothic, which I think one of the albums that they put out in the late 90s called Genesis had a really weird Gothic kind of sound, following in the steps of Paradise Lost and some of the Amorphous sort of stuff. But this is a little different, and it has those type of chant lyrics, chant singing,
Mm-hmm.
which I like. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of enjoyed it. Yeah, so let's listen to a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like the vocals a lot as well. You can sing, they're not really muffled. You can kind of understand them.
It sounds pretty epic right there.
Right?
Got that old Rotting Christ drum beat.
He's got it down by now. It's almost like Rhapsody chorus.
Right? Yeah.
Like power metal.
Here we go with those vocals.
They're playing here in San Diego soon too, right?
Right. Running Christ coming to Brick by Brick on August 19th, I believe. It's a Monday. And we're hoping to talk to those guys, maybe do a little interview about the Heretics tour is one of those one-off shows that they're doing. I think they're only doing Psycho Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and San Diego. So we're kind of lucky that they're making a stop at Brick by Brick, and hopefully we can talk to them about this album. The song itself, a lot of good layering of the vocals, which I really enjoy. A lot of times, I think Rotting Christ is one of those bands that kind of doesn't fit the mold of a black metal band, right?
No, not anymore.
Definitely not anymore, but in a good way.
They kind of carved out their own niche.
Yep, definitely. A lot of good Greek black and death metal bands that were out there, and they kind of just, went their own way when it comes to the music, and I kind of enjoy that. The album was produced by Sakestolis, the main songwriter of the band, which I think he constantly keeps getting better at what he's doing, and he keeps a lot of pretty tight control over the creative direction of the band. One of the cool things that I noticed about this album too was that every single song has its own lyric video on YouTube, which is not.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's becoming more common for bands to do that, and I know that you did it for one of your songs. As far as you, Vince, since you are one of the guys who's done that, what do you think are the advantages of doing?
I think it's gonna end. Your music's gonna end up on YouTube anyways. You might as well use it to your advantage and make sure they have the best audio file, of course. And if you can make something interesting that people are gonna watch, and it's not gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm.
One of the cool things is that you notice on these lyric videos they have a lot of the art and a lot of cool graphics that move around back and forth with the art that a lot of the artists who do paintings and stuff like that, and they kind of make them come to life, which I think is really a cool interactive way of showing off the music and the artwork from the artist who does the album covers.
Yeah,
right?
I've seen that with Opeth and Jag Panzer. Making the art kind of morph around with the lyrics. Yeah.
It's
animate
really cool.
it, make it 3D like the artwork, and separate and layer it. It's pretty cool.
It looks like a lot of work.
Yes, it does look like a lot of work, and it's really cool that that is one of those things that the bands are gearing more towards or leaning more towards when it comes to that, rather than just the music itself, which the music itself is great, but when you always have a third medium, like a video and the actual words of the song, because a lot of times you can't really catch on to what the band is saying, but when you have them on there, it gives the fan a little bit more of a full experience when it comes to that.
Yeah, especially if they're downloading the album or listening to just the audio version of it. They never hold the lyrics in their hands. This is kind of a way for you to, understand the lyrics more.
Yeah, definitely. And we're very lucky that they're coming back. In the next couple of months. Hopefully, we get a hold of them and we can talk to them a little bit more in depth about the album. Overall, the album, in my taste, it's one of the better ones they've put out in the last 5-6 years. Before that, I think it was Rituals that came out, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it was Rituals, and I enjoyed that one. But this one, I think, has more songs that are kind of catchy, and they did mix a lot of cool elements to this one as well. So if you have a chance, you can go to seasonofmist.com. Rotting Christ as well. Rotting Christ has a website, Facebook. They're all over the place. If you don't know this band, definitely get on it. I think this is a good album to start you off on. And I would definitely, for my taste, because I'm a big fan, I would give it a 5 out of 5. I don't know what you guys think.
I'm a 3.5 out of 5.
What do you think?
It's not my favorite album from them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a solid Rotting Christ album. I can't knock it for that, but I think they've done better. That's all. I mean, I don't really have much bad to say about it, except for I've heard them do better.
Understandable.
I haven't really heard their latest kind of albums too much. I have been listening to this one a little bit. It's pretty good, and it's got some memorable parts. It's pretty epic. I would say maybe a 4 out of 5 as well.
All right, so I think if you average it all out, works about a 3.5, 4 out of 5. You make your own decision. Check it out.
What did you give it?
I was thinking of 5 out of 5, but I'm a Rotting Christ nerd, so
Okay.
I'm very biased when it comes to them. But no, seriously, it is a good album. For those of you who are fans of Rotting Christ, definitely pick it up. For those of you who have never heard this band before, get on the wagon, pick it up. And if you're in the San Diego area or LA area, do not miss this band. At least in our area, it's gonna be August 19th at Brick by Brick, and we might have some tickets to give away for that. So, keep it locked on the Swap Meet Facebook Swap Meet page, because we will have plenty of giveaways for this show. So check it out. Rotting Christ, The Heretics, out on Season of Mist Records. All
right, so there's also a new Nocturnus album that just came out on Profound Lore Records. It was called Paradox. It's released on May of 2019. You guys have heard of Nocturnus before, The Key and Thresholds.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's an old Florida band, so we're going to check it out. This is the song Paleolithic. Has those old Nocturnus guitars.
Yeah, and old Morbid Angel vocals, right?
Mike Browning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty technical riff, but it's pretty clear sounding.
Everything's pretty clear sounding. Yeah, drums too.
They always have some badass solos.
Yeah, I really like the keyboards in it. It sounds great.
Yeah, it definitely kind of has that old, like, Florida kind of vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
But more sci-fi.
Yeah. That's cool. Keyboard solo.
Wow.
And Mike Browning does the vocals and drums at the same time, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts.
Wow.
All right, so what do you guys think?
Treads. It's pretty technical, very clear sounding. Sounds kind of analog to me instead of, I don't know, very, I don't know, digital sounding. And I don't know, I'm loving the keyboard sci-fi vibe that it's got.
Definitely. I like the sound, and was the chimes that were going off for a while there too that I kind of heard from the drums. I don't know, for some reason I kept hearing like chimes, which is kind of cool. A weird little mix that they got in there. Definitely has that Florida death metal kind of vibe, coming from Nocturnus, of course, with Mike Browning, who used to be in Morbid Angel, as I recall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
So yeah, it sounded pretty tight so far. I think this is the first time I ever heard it, and yeah, it came out about a month ago. Sounded good.
Yeah, let's hear some more.
Moving
Yeah, they were never really a band that I could say sounded like another band.
Right. I think it needs more guitar solos.
Can never go wrong with enough guitar solos.
Wow.
Yeah, I like the vocals. It has that old kind of Morbid Angel, old Nocturnus kind of sound, if not too guttural.
Yeah, definitely not Suffocation Clones.
Like this better than the last Morbid Angel.
I thought the same thing, maybe.
Wow.
That was a good surprise. That was cool.
Yes, that was a new Nocturnus. That was Paleolithic from the album Paradox. Out on a Profound Lore.
Then I think they go by Nocturnus A.D. now.
That's right,
Some
Nocturnus A.D.
legal crap going on.
As it always happens in the
Right.
metal world, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But at least musically, it is very, very good. From what we've heard so far. Profound Lord Records, I can't remember where they're from, but it's really cool that a band like that's old school from Florida, that's, they were kind of dormant for a good amount of time, and they're putting out this quality type of album. I'm really enjoying it, so that's cool.
Yeah, check it out.
Check it out.
Get it.
Get it. One. So some of the stuff that's been going on in the news recently. Cool thing that we've been hearing about is the Cattle Decapitation wrapping up the new album, recording in Colorado Springs with Dave Otero. That's wrapping up from what we've heard, and we should expect an album sometime, hopefully the end of this year. King Diamond debuts a new song at Hellfest called "The Masquerade of Madness." Teaser for the new album coming up, right, Vince?
Yeah, but I think that's a first song of maybe a single, I don't know, from the newer album. I think I've read or heard that they've finished recording it maybe, and should be a 2-part album. Maybe we'll find the first one coming out maybe by the end of the year. We'll see.
Hopefully.
So the next 3 years, to expect a lot from them.
Awesome. We can't wait to hear more from the King. Dave Mustaine is diagnosed with throat cancer, has canceled the current Megadeth tour, and the Mega Cruise, as far as Megadeth performing, is kind of up in the air, right, Parker?
Yeah. He hasn't mentioned either way if he's going to perform or not. My guess is he's probably not. Mm-hmm. They have a pretty strong lineup, so they should. It still looks like a really cool thing to be on, and I imagine he will try to be on the cruise. If not, I'm sure the rest of the band will be there.
Mm-hmm.
I think they canceled the rest of their shows.
Yeah, they canceled pretty much everything that's coming up as far as them touring on their own. So hopefully he does well under treatment, and we'll wish for the best for Dave out there. Iron Maiden heading out on the road once again. Playing Los Angeles on September 14th. There's also rumors of a new album coming out, right?
Yeah, I've been reading about a new Iron Maiden's done, and supposedly they're going to make an announcement soon, so we'll see about that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But stoked that those guys are still around, and mm-hmm. performance-wise, one of the best shows out there when it comes to the old guard of new wave of British heavy metal. Derek Riggs, our friend Derek Riggs, who is the illustrator, the inventor of Eddie the Head, is going to be doing a signing Comic-Con weekend on July 21st, right, Parker?
Yeah, he's going to be at the High Dive Bar I think that's like less than a mile from Brick by Brick, just a bit north. And yeah, he's going to be there signing his book. And yeah, we're all going to be there. Maybe do an interview with him there. We'll see. Hopefully he has time. If he's got time, we'll talk to him and give you guys the interview.
Yeah, he's a really cool book, Run for Cover, The Art of Derek Riggs. A nice thick book. He's going to have that up there, signing and selling it. Come out. It's Comic-Con weekend, July 21st. I believe that's a Sunday, so the last day of Comic-Con. If you have a chance to get out there, definitely go ahead and check that out. Derek is a really cool guy, and hopefully we get to talk to him a little bit during that whole event. Maryland Death Fest just announced the first and second round of bands that are coming for next year, and it's a hell of a whopper. We have Dismember, Cadaver, Dismember. Good God, I just creamed my pants again. I never thought they'd be out here after they announced their retirement. They're doing a few comeback festival shows, and Maryland Death Fest is one of them. We'll be sure to be out there. Dismember, Cadaver, Cancer's going to be there. Necrophobic, Nocturnus, AD, Violence just got added to that fest, and Maryland Death Fest keeps pushing the envelope when it comes to old school bands, and we can't be happier than that.
Yeah, for underground music and this kind of extreme metal, they're probably one of the bigger ones in the U.S. for sure.
Definitely. But yeah, we'll keep it coming for you once we hear about it, and we'll start talking about some shows that are coming to our area as well.
Yep.
So some of the highlights of the shows that are coming up for our area in San Diego. For those of you who are be hanging out here for Comic-Con, Exodus just announced a show at House of Blues on July 18th. You cannot miss that. It's going to be insanity. Lucifer at Break by Break on August 13th. Lucifer has Nikke Andersson from Entombed, so don't forget to check that out.
From the Helicopters
as well, yeah. Absolutely. And Enforcer and Warbringer at Break by Break on September 5th, and Hammerfall coming all the way from Sweden at Break by Break on September 8th with our buddies from Alchemy and Night Shadow, who are local openers. Don't miss that. Tickets are on sale now at breakbybreak.com. For the rest of the shows, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on YouTube, iTunes, what have you. Leave comments and suggestions. We're always looking for improvement, of course. And don't forget to comment on the YouTube, even on Facebook, wherever you want. Let us know what you like. Let us know what we can improve on. We're always looking for suggestions. For Israel, Brian, Nocturnal Overlord, and for Metal Swap Talk. We'll see you in the pit next time.
Yeah. That's like our cut.
Your energy.
And you're kind of saying like overload.
Overload.
Someone check out.